What's going on, Galore Academy? It's your girl Dez, and we back with another video. Yes, I do have a bonnet on today, but it is okay. It's okay because I'm going to explain to y'all what are the worst feelings in trading that nobody really talks about, y'all. Like the worst feelings that that traders be having, and that a lot of people feel like they're alone, but these feelings, everybody be having them, bro. I promise you. Like these feelings, I have went over this with my Galore Academy team. We have talked about these feelings. We have talked about the fear and stuff like that. So I literally made a note of the worst feelings in trading that, like I said, nobody really talks about, and we finna get it straight into it. So this is a list of the worst feelings that traders go through, and I'm gonna give you, of course, I'm gonna make sure that y'all have actionable steps in order to really get out of that. But we're finna acknowledge the worst feelings so that you'll know, right? So let's get into it. So a worst feeling that in trading that nobody really talks about is, number one, when you know you break your rules. It hurts, and we were talking about this. When you know you break your rules, I feel like that hurts more than a blown account. When you know you broke your rules, and it just hurts more, because it's like, if I didn't break my rules, I would have won. Or if I broke my rules and it's another opportunity and you can't trade because your balance is such and such, or your confidence is gone because you broke your rules, bro. No, don't break your rules. Like when you plan it and ignore it and you just break your rules, y'all, don't do that. Don't do that no more. That's a bad feeling, right? So another bad feeling, watching a trade you hesitate on play out perfectly. I feel like that's another worst feeling too. Like, it's when you're a system and stuff like that, and you just watch it play out. Like, I used to be in that. That used to be like, it's a phase where that talks about, it's like the execution phase, where it's you don't really, you just start marking up everything, but you're so hesitant. You have so much past trauma on blowing accounts, like blowing personal accounts, losing money, that you just now fearful of getting in. So that's when you start watching the trades you play out, and then you just hesitate to get in because of the past trauma and stuff like that when it comes. So that's another bad feeling that I really hated about going through that. And how do you really get out of that? Personally, I'm gonna just give y'all one thing that I did was, I knew how much I was risking. I got in, and then I just got off the charts. I literally closed the computer, set my take profit, stop loss, and got off the charts. That's one thing I did. Like, I'm gonna keep that real short, and that's how I built my confidence. Because and of course I set alerts. Like on TradingView, you can set alerts if it hit your take profit or your stop loss. I used to do that a lot, and I used to post that. I'd be like, yeah, it hit take profit, because I used to really not be on the charts, because my mind used to be all over the place of fearfulness and like I said, past trauma, blowing accounts and stuff like that. But that actually grew my confidence to where then I started seeing my take profit hit a lot more, because I knew my trades were good, and my trades played out very well. But that's what I just started doing. Like when you start really hesitating on getting in, like you start questioning yourself and stuff like that. But look, that's all you got to do is really do the trade, close the computer, call it a day. And I promise you that will help you a lot more, right? Another thing, the worst feeling in trading is turning a winning trade to a losing trade. Oh my God, yo, I really do hate that. Like, because you were greedy, and it probably played out, right? It's the worst feeling, and it probably played out, and you like, oh, it's gonna keep going up, or it's gonna keep going down, whichever way. But I like going up. You think it's just gonna keep going up. You just like, yeah, and then boom, out of nowhere, news hit, and it just went automatically to your stop loss. Man, I ain't gonna hold you. You got greedy. You didn't take what the market gave you, and that's your problem. Take what the market gives you and stick with your plan. If you said that you was going to get out when it hits a 1 or 2, get out and be satisfied with your win, because that's going to build your confidence of, all right, my take profit is profitable, so guess what, I'm gonna stick to it. A 1 or 2, that's how I found out a 1 or 2 was best for me, because a 1 or 2 doubles my money, because I don't know why I put my pinky out, but first doubles my money. So of course I want to have a return on my investment of whatever I'm risking and putting in, right? So that was the number one reason why I chose a 1 or 2 risk. And then number 2, of course, it helps build that confidence once you get that once you understand what risk to reward really works for you, right? So this is building that confidence, right? So like I said, turning a winning trade to a loss, that crap hurts. I ain't gonna hold you. That's like another worst feeling. All right, another worst feeling that we talked about is blowing an account you said you was going to protect, and you just like, all right, yeah, this is the one. This, like, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure that this funded account, this is gonna be the funded account that's gonna I'm a compound. I'm gonna really be disciplined, and then boom, you just blow it. And you just like, what the it's like, you gotta understand, is that one decision you make blows weeks, months of progress and stuff like that, because you got undisciplined, you got emotional, you wasn't looking, you stopped looking at your trading plan and stuff like that. So don't do that, y'all. Yeah, in order to avoid that, be disciplined, be a very structured trader. When you come to that, understand your plan and enter and execute when you see it and stuff like that, right? So that's another worst feeling. Another worst feeling is revenge trading after a loss. I know traders been through this. You lose, and it's just about to get back in. Like, I'm about to make my money back. That's the first thing you do. When you start to hear that in your mind, that little, oh, you need to go get your money back, step away from the charts, because you're going to demolish your trading account if you do that. I ain't gonna hold you. I've done it before where I'm like, I'm about to go get my money back. Forget this. Nah. Once you start thinking like that, walk away from the charts, because what you want to do is you want to protect your capital at the end of the day. I've talked about this a lot in my videos. Protect your capital. That's exactly what you want to do. Protect the capital in order to trade for future trades and trade the next day. Because your ultimate goal in trading is always to be able to trade the next day. Because even though you may miss opportunities Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you might have your biggest days because you were patient and you waited for the setup to actually present itself, and you didn't revenge trade after you lost. That's another worst feeling, but that's how you get out of that, right? Another worst feeling is when you overtrade when you've been stopped out. So like, it's kind of like revenge trading, but overtrading is like when you got stopped out and you just keep adding positions to that, and it's just like, it's not going the way you want it to go, and it just keeps, let's just say you're in a buy position and it just keeps going down and down and down and down. You just like, bro, it's going to buy here, it's going to buy. So you're just overloading, overtrading, you're putting in too many trades. Y'all, don't do that. Just like I said, walk away from the charts. And I ain't gonna hold you. Walk away from the charts. Another thing is, the last thing I'm gonna talk about is what we talked about, is knowing you haven't fixed the same habit. Knowing you haven't fixed the same habit. You ever know, or you're self-aware of what you need to do, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna work on this. I done got steps from either your mentor, or you done got steps from me on how to really better that way of doing things. Like if you're over revenge trading, over trading, or whatever, you know, the habit that you're going through, and you keep repeating the same habit over and over and over and over. And it's just like, bro, one day you're going to get tired of doing that. Either you're going to eventually give up, which I hope that you do not do in trading, because it's a lot of benefits if you actually push through and actually start doing healthy habits, right? When you, instead of doing the same things over and over, but repeating the same habits, it honestly kills your confidence, and you should not be doing that. Stop killing your confidence. You want to build your confidence in trading. Like, you got to understand, you got to be that dude or that girl in order to get to the next level, right? So if you're doing the same habits, you're not going to feel like you're elevating because you keep doing the same habit. Like, you're going to kill your confidence. So in order to build your confidence back up, be that you're that person. Like, you understand that you can get this money back, but you got to do it the correct way. And that's what they said, you're going to walk away from the chart. So those are the things I feel like the worst feelings are in trading that really nobody really talks about a lot of this in trading. And hopefully this video gave you some value, gave you some understanding, and makes you not feel like that you're alone, that you're actually going through these feelings, right? You're not alone. We all go through them as day traders, right? Like I said, that's why I have this community, which is called Galore Academy, that you can actually come on there and vent and make sure that you're not the only one going through this. Because I promise you, a lot of traders have went through it. But if you like the value that I gave you in this video, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to get more like the value I gave you. And you want more in-depth value, go ahead and click the link in the description and join the Galore Academy. It says academy that helps traders get to the next level within our psychology, of course, and within our technicals, and we become better traders and better persons of ourselves. That's the ultimate goal of Galore Academy. But like I said, if you did like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Galore Academy, we are out.